Hi guys, I'm Hollie Clinker.
Feel so holy, 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 holy.
Do you find it hard to summarize any piece of English literature? Worry not. Learn easily with Hollie. Let's see the summary of the prose I Have a Dream, a speech by Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Jr. is an American civil rights activist and political philosopher who actively participated in the civil rights movement in America from 1955 to 1968, before his assassination on 4 April 1968. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. He protested against the legalized discrimination of the Black Americans. I Have a Dream is a speech delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. on 28 August 1963, on the steps of Lincoln Memorial in Washington. King commences his speech by pointing out to the Emancipation Proclamation signed by Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation Bill in 1863 when he served as the President of the USA. The proclamation declared that all enslaved people in the United States of America were free. Emancipation means the act of freeing someone from human slavery. But King is disappointed that even 100 years after the proclamation was signed, the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and chains of discrimination, he says. The Black community still strives for its identity in the racist American society. Manacle means handcuffs. Segregation means isolating people of a race, class, or ethnic group. Discrimination means the unjust treatment of people based on race, ethnicity, sex, color, age, or disability. The Constitution and the Declaration of Independence of the country was a promise that all the citizens of the country, regardless of their skin color, would be provided the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But King says that the nation's Constitution has failed the Negro or Black community. America has defaulted on this promissory note for her citizens of color. He says America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. Martin Luther King Jr. further says that he has come with his people to cash this check. The check is a symbolic representation of their demands of the riches of freedom and the security of justice. King is impatient in this matter. He seeks for the promise to be fulfilled immediately. He wants his men to be free and safe. He instills hope and fears in the hearts of the Black people as he says, "Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all God's children." Quicksands means loose sand in which people sink accidentally and die. King compares racial injustice to quicksands, as it will kill the nation and the people in it, while he compares brotherhood or unity to solid rocks, as it is unbreakable during any calamities. The only way to save the nation from the quicksands of racial discrimination is to encourage brotherhood among the Black men and the white men. King says that all are God's children regardless of their color and skin. Will not subscribe. Subscribe now. Subscribe now. Don't ignore to like, share, and comment below. Martin Luther King Jr. makes a warning to America that if she continues to do her business as usual without paying attention to the urgency of the moment, she will have a rude awakening, for there will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The Black People Revolution will continue to shake the foundations of the nation until justice emerges. Tranquility means a peaceful and calm state. King also teaches his people that the white community is not their enemies. There should be no physical violence happening in the country, and his people should not be guilty of any wrongful deeds. He says that the revolt should not lead them to distrust and hate all white people, because there are also many white brothers who have joined the Black People Revolution in order to confirm justice in the nation. He wants the Black people to join hands with the white people and march as a biracial army. There is no time to rest. The Black community should always march ahead and should not turn back. They should never cease to fight as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of the police brutality. The Negro is not allowed to lodge in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. The Negro moves from a small ghetto to a larger one. The Negro children are robbed of their dignity, and the Negro in the Mississippi cannot vote. He then states, "We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream." King urges his men, as he says, continue to work with faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. He proceeds to list out his dreams about the future of this country. He dreams that one day the nation will realize that all men are created equally. Then the sons of the former slaves and the sons of the former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood. He dreams that one day the states will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice, where children will not be judged by their color but by their character. Then in Alabama, little black boys and girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and girls as sisters and brothers. When justice prevails, all of God's children will join hands and sing, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Thank you. Subscribe for more videos.